The Russians casually acknowledged their losses in the war, but noted that they were preparing for the deaths of another 100,000. The Ministry of Finance of the occupier appealed to the government, in which it talks about the lack of money to pay funeral and notes that they lack more than 300 billion rubles. In Russia, at the official level, the data of the General Staff of Ukraine about the dead occupiers on our land was very accidentally confirmed. During the full-scale invasion, the number of Russian soldiers killed reached more than 53,000, TSN reports. All this time, propagandists, as best they can, convince everyone that Russia is waging a war of aggression without losses and with significant advantages. At the same time, local Russian officials, who do not like appearances on federal TV channels, are counting money. And to the Ministry of Finance of the Russian Federation they send, at first glance, an ordinary letter to the Russian government, a reconciliation of payments from the Russian budget of the so-called funeral. These are compensations to the families of the slain occupiers, with which they then buy ladas. The intercepted document states that as of August 26, the amount of compensation amounts to 361 billion rubles. Such an amount was not taken from the head. Officials are guided by Putin's decree, which established the amount of compensation for the dead, 7 million rubles per body. And then there is only mathematics. We divide 361 billion rubles by the amount of compensation and we get more than 48,000 payments. That is, in one letter, officials of the Russian government confirmed the data of the Ukrainian General Staff. Officials sent such a document not by chance. The funerals, included in Russia's budget for this year, have already run out. And now the government needs an additional 271 billion rubles. But the actual appearance with the guilty party is not limited to this. Officials are already calculating funeral payments next year as well. It is planned to allocate 700 billion rubles for this. And this means that the Russian government expects the death rate of its soldiers next year to be up to 100,000 people. It is important to note that the calculation applies exclusively to employees of the Ministry of Defense of Russia, which does not include data on Russian Guard soldiers, FSB agents, mercenaries of the Wagner Group, as well as forcibly mobilized from the temporarily occupied territories. The Russian Ministry of Defense confirms the failure of the occupation in a way. They are changing bosses there again. General Alexander Lapin was assigned to lead the Western group of troops. After the escape of the Russian occupiers from Kiev, Chernihiv and Sumy, this general distributed medals to the soldiers. The son of this general, Denis Lapin, was named among the awardees.